So as I told, I think you should give them access to the unmute themselves, and then they can speak. Otherwise, every time unmuting by me will be difficult. So unmute everybody and ask them to mute themselves, and they can put a question. Give me a second. Yeah. So unmute all. I unmuted all. I don't know. So if you want, you can raise the hand if you have any question. Otherwise, we'll start. So yesterday we started with what is intelligent enterprise. So that is a very beginning. What is the scope? Like what, where SAP S4HANA is planning to go. So what we are trying to do today is, basic differences between S4HANA and ECC, introduction to the S4HANA, new UX, which is theory. These three are theory topics. Practical configuration, that is business partners, and its a configuration. This is a huge exercise which will take a long time. So today's will be almost close to 2.5 hours to 3 hours. We'll take a small break, maybe up to 1.5 hour, depending upon how we feel at that time. Okay. Anybody has any questions before we start, or they should be very interactive. You guys are able to unmute yourself and put a question to me. Yes or no, you chat if you have any difficulty. Anybody not able to unmute themselves? Raise their hand, please. Ravi, you can unmute yourself. That's good. Okay. I can hear you, Ravi. You have any point, Ravi,
Okay.
before we start?
No, I'm all set. I just wanted to check if I can unmute myself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That is the most important. Interaction. I love interaction. Rashid, can you unmute yourself and can you check me? Rashid, how do I pronounce? Ben Sordin, Stephen, Stephanie. Sorry if I'm misspelling somebody. So can you guys can you guys unmute yourself and participate? All right. Okay. I can see Stephanie Valentine is able to unmute, but has looks like no question. Okay. So are we ready to go? Please be interactive. Yeah. Okay. That's great. So monologue will not able to be able to enjoy. So first, let us understand how and what is the new things that are there in the S4HANA. Why S4HANA? What are the major differences between the ECC and S4HANA? That is what we call it as the basics of the S4HANA. We'll start there and we'll go deep into the configuration part in the second half. So if I start with the basics, I will take this and I'll keep telling what is the difference between the ECC and S4HANA. All right. So we all know ECC is a central component which consists of a ERP, CRM, SRM, SEM, and PLM. This is a business suite. What is common in this is on-premise system. So on-premise means everything. Can you guys hear me? People are saying that voice is breaking. Any point now how it is? It should be good. I don't have any problem from my side. Connectivity is good. Everything is good. So what I'm saying is sometimes I may speak, my voice itself may be low down, but that's I'll try to correct it. So what I'm saying is business suite ECC business suite consists of the ERP, which we call it as the ECC or SAP, and CRM, SRM, SEM, and all. So all these things put together is the old business suite. So then there should be definitely new business suite. That is what is S4HANA business suite. We'll be talking about that. Okay. So the old business suite consists of all these things. Predominantly, each one has its own server and there is a replication of the data in each one. That's a fundamental difference. When we come to the S4HANA, some of the components, I'm not saying that everything cannot be is on a single database. No, majority of the replications are avoided, like your embedded warehouse. You don't have to entirely replicate your complete material masters into the EWM. Let's say you have advanced availability to the promise or APO, part of it, we don't have to replicate anything here. We have a PPDS, we don't have to replicate a lot of things. So replications have come down, and if you see other S4HANA, when we come, is a digital component. This is not a digital component. ECC is not digital. What is the digital and what is the non-digital, we'll see. So predominantly old ECC is OLTP based, online transaction based, and it is driven by the model of entering the data from a single source. We'll come to that. So let's go through that. So SAP ERP consists of the ECC and various other components like Enterprise Portal, PI, BW, all these things forms the ECC part. Okay, so let's. So when we see the NetWeaver, NetWeaver was introduced in 2004. Before that, it was a complete basic ECC, which is on the ABAP component. So once NetWeaver has come into the picture, the external world started integrating through the Java. So whether it's a portal or whether it is various web components started interacting. So that is where the fundamental shift between the R3 and the major shift between the 2004. So now let us understand what is HANA. S4HANA is built on HANA. So first we have to understand what is HANA. Is it a database or is it something more? Every ERP has its own databases, like ECC has a database, which can be any database. It can be Oracle database, it can be IBM database. So what is a database? Database is a piece of software on which SAP tables are installed, like without any data, your VBAP structures, your EKKO structures, EKPO structures, empty data is loaded with all software. So database can be anything, like it can be Oracle database, it can be DB2 database, it can be Sybase database. But when it comes to the HANA or S4HANA, it works only on HANA database. What is the fundamental difference between these two? The fundamental difference is HANA is an in-memory platform, whereas other databases which we were talking is installed on a hard disk and they reside on the hard disk. Only the components will come into the memory as and when they are fetched. So that's a fundamental difference. We'll come to see a lot of things. So let's go back into the definition that appears here. SAP HANA is a high performance analytical appliance. We don't even call it as a database. It's an appliance. We'll see what is the difference between the appliance and HANA database. Is an appliance using in-memory database technology that allows a massive parallel processing. What is this? If you have a laptop, you have a 1 TB data, and if you have 8 GB RAM, you are interacting only with 8 GB part, not with 1 TB. At any point of time, you can bring from your hard disk a maximum of 8 GB and you can work with that. But whereas in HANA, you have the entire data, like 1 TB memory itself you have. Means your laptop data is entirely in the memory and only it is going to the hard disk as a as a primary backup. So your interactions, your entire company data is going to reside. So I'll ask a question here. What is the you guys are experienced, no? What is your production database size? Anybody can tell me. As on today, if the database that you are working, production database size, which is of old, maybe 4 or 5 years, you guys must be working in that system for the company might have installed around 5 years or 10 years back. What is the production data size? Database size. Anybody has an idea or no idea, and we leave that to the basis people? Hey guys, let's be
45 GB.
sorry.
45 GB as of now.
25 GB. No. It will be much more than that. It will be much more than that. So I'll tell. A lot of people we as a consultant we may not be very much worried on the database size. Let me try to unmute. Yeah, Dave. Yep.
Yeah, it can be about 1 terabyte. Can
Absolutely great. You are quite near. Quite near. Based on my experience, if a ECC is installed, and let us say 2-3 company codes or data, you are working with the data. On an average, we add around 10 GB data per month, or maybe 5-6 GB data per month. That is the thumb rule. Per company code, around 5 GB per month, and you put the number of months and number of years your ECC. That's the thumb rule. I'm just telling. It depends upon the number of transactions. Retail company has much more bigger databases, whereas a make to order situation will not have so much. So it all depends. So basically, so your entire data, what I'm trying to say is now residing in the memory. So does it mean that if my ECC database is a 10 TB database or 5 TB database, as on today, do I require 5 TB RAM as a HANA? The answer is no. You don't require so much. Why? The data of the ECC, when it comes to the HANA, it is modified. It is not archived, it is modified. It is modified, compressed, and your entire database models have changed. It may occupy much less. What is that much less? How do I know which much less? It is called compression ratio. So there is a compression ratio that SAP applies on the different data content and brings the data of the ECC into S4HANA. So on a thumb rule, the compression ratio is 4 to 5. That means if your current production database is 1 TB, your in-memory database may be around 200 GB to start with. That's a thumb rule I'm just telling for one company code. Right. Anyone has any questions on here? Okay. So let's move on. So we'll come to the database sizing and all in next sessions. So then comes what is S4HANA. So S4HANA is a software like ECC, but it is much different. What is much different? Tables have been modified. It is not same VBAK tables, same VBAP tables, same BKPF tables. No. Table structures have been modified. Lot of tables have been removed. Lot of tables have been merged. Why did they do that, and how do I know what tables have been modified? We'll come to know about that, don't worry. So the entire predominantly a large amount of the database has been changed to suit to the in-memory, first thing. And also nowadays database tables have to be modified to the embedded analytics suiting. That means your OLAP and OLTP processes have to go hand in hand. That means your reporting, previously what is that, will come in next slides. Most of the reporting you have separate reporting databases, mostly a BW database or various other databases from which you do the reporting part. So now you don't require. So let us come back to that. So S4HANA is a modified ECC software with the capabilities of additional features, like additional configuration features, like you have an embedded warehouse now feature, you have advanced availability feature, you have the PPDS features. All these features are additional. One is, that means BP configuration is additional. So new configuration points have been added, first thing. So all your old transactions, old processes are existing as it is. New processes have been added in the S4HANA. New functionalities have been added. In addition to that, there is a new way of looking the data, which is called query. So your new interface is added. So the new interface also can interact with the same database, and it is real-time database. So we'll come there. So S4HANA, as the definition says, S4HANA is a business tool that can be built on the SAP proprietary operational database, SAP HANA. It cannot work on any other HANA databases. It cannot work on the Oracle. It cannot work on the DB2. So it has to be on the HANA, and it is a real-time database. So the moment you perform the transaction, the data is appearing for your reporting. Okay, it is based entirely on the in-memory platform, which facilitates much simpler database models, and query is a new entity. So with these features, S4HANA operates that more. Okay, so this is how your S4HANA looks like. So if I divide this into the three parts, it doesn't look like a box, but if I divide this into the three parts, first part I can consider first box as all the features of the ECC. So as it is or modified have been brought in. So second chunk, which are appearing as a blue, is the additional features in each module. SD has some extra configurations, has some extra configurations, MRP Live, embedded warehouse, material ledger concept, additional mandatory, all that additional features. And third last part I say is the theory. So theory plus new features plus ECC is your core enterprise management. I take some questions here. Anybody has a question on what is the enterprise management? Hello.
Hey Chandra, can you hear me? Ravi here.
Yes, Ravi.
So when you say all the theory are an interface, does it mean it needs to have any additional middleware kind of a thing wherein these interface can replicate or retrieve the data from the S4? Is that how it kind of works?
No replication is required. It directly contacts to your database using OData service and CDS views will come there. That means directly like an enterprise portal connecting to your database. All the data directly it reports there in your web service. Right? It doesn't keep any data separately.
Okay, so that's going to be a real-time replication. Let me give you an analogy based on which we can say what I'm thinking. So if you see the existing architecture like ECC to SAP CRM, you have a middleware. Now you have to configure all the middlewares just to make sure the data transfers, and there is a lag in terms of based on the data. So when we say the integration theory, is that similar to that, or when you say OData, it changes the dynamics?
No, it changes because the CRM has its own database.
Correct.
Theory does not consist of any database. Theory directly interacts onto the same HANA database.
So it basically just retrieves the data and shows up on the theory, nothing more.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay. So no replication required. It's a real-time data. The embedded analytics are built onto the CDS views, which comes through the OData service. Okay, so that is how it works, theory. Any other question from anybody else? Anybody else?
What is OData and how it is used here?
OData is a service which we'll talk about that in case when we details in the theory. What is a OData service? What is a CDSU? How the data from the database gets populated into the theory. I'll take that topic definitely and clarify you when we are talking about the theory part.
Okay.
Theory technology. All right. Good, Rashid. Anybody else? We'll go very slow because there is no hurry for me to complete in a day or two. We should understand this is entirely different from your ECC. So you need to understand, you need to absorb, and you need to work on this. So that is why I pause a lot on many screens. All right, give me 1 second.
Bling.
Okay, so we'll go with that. So this is the enterprise model, which is the forms which we call it as a digital core. On top of the digital core, what we are seeing is equivalent to your ECC, ECC components of the CRM, SRM, but they are cloud components. So what is the major difference here? All these things are SAP products like previously, which are acquired companies and they work on the same HANA database. Understand? It is a HANA database, but not same database. It need not be the same database. It works on the HANA platform. So Concur works on the HANA platform. Fieldglass works on the HANA platform. Ariba works on the HANA platform. Concur uses the HANA platform. But the databases in many times will be different and they reside in the cloud. Here data gets replicated into many cases, but similar database. All right. Any questions? So we'll move on. So 1 second. Okay. I'm facing some. Okay. So what I'm saying is these cloud components integrate to the S4HANA because they belong to the similar platform and no major PI like interface is required. Easy connectors are available that they can connect and they can combine. So that is what it is. So that is the fundamental differences between the ECC and S4HANA. Will continue database, HANA database, in-memory database, and whereas ECC database, ECC can work on any database and it is not a non in memory. Then comes to the single source of truth. What is the single source of truth? S4HANA works on the principle of single source of truth. That means in any module, predominantly, the module should work on single tables. That means, whereas in ECC, it doesn't work that way. FI tables are different, CO tables are different, aggregate tables are different. They work on, so there is a lot of reconciliation required. But in S4HANA, the tables have been modified in wherever possible and uses a single table. AC Doka is used by the FI, by the CO, by the account assignment, or MATDOC is used for entire reporting in the so 26 tables are combined here. Similarly, VBAK, VBAP tables have been modified. So many places, many modules uses a single reference. So that means you don't have the reconciliation required, which is a fundamental difference, whereas you have a number of aggregate tables in the ECC. So that is how they could merge FI and CO and do the lot of things. So with this, UGL has come into the picture, which was not there in the ECC or nascent feature of the ECC. Then comes the business partner. Business partner now is mandatory, where we will spend a lot of time. This is the heart of every module. So we'll see what is a business partner, how the business partners variously configured, what is a CVI. We spend almost 2 to 3 hours on this. This is a heart for every module. Then advanced availability promise is the new feature compared to the standard availability to the promise in the SAP ECC. Right up. SD pricing, little changed, but don't worry much about. Foreign trade is removed. Warehouse, EWM. I'm just differences between the ECC. We are here. So a lot of new things have come into this. User interface is absolutely a complete new interface is built for the ECC, which is called Fairy, which we will use. Will come. The way that we implement S4HANA is entirely different compared to your SAP methodology. We'll spend good amount of the time on the Activate methodology, which is basically agile. So how this is agile, what are the tools available, we'll go into this. So what is not changed? There should be something common, right? Your predominantly SPRO, all standard SPRO like enterprise structure, standard SD configuration, pricing, then your account assignments, moment types, that remains the same. So that constitutes, in my opinion, 40% of your entire ECC. Otherwise, remaining 60 are new features. What is the new feature? S4HANA is a new feature. S4HANA tables are new feature. Query is new features. Query configuration is different. It is not major configuration, but what kind of apps that you should give it to your users? What are all the latest apps that are available? It's very easy, but you keep the knowledge on that. So how do we do that? We'll see. You don't have to do a lot of things there. So as far as the user is concerned, a lot of new things. So why this whole thing was required? Business was looking for the real-time data. Business is trying to operate on the Internet of Things. Business uses the social media as a platform now to take the even many complaints that they receive through the social media as well, or they will give it they will sell the products on the digital platforms, marketing, so digital economy. These four things are the drivers for the business, which are the drivers for the S4HANA. I take a pause here and I'll take some questions here. Anything? Anybody has a question?
Sorry,
Hey,
go.
Dave,
I'm running little back. Is it okay?
Yeah, Dave, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, tell me. Yes, I
Yeah,
can
the
hear you
question
now.
is on Fury. Are these the normal SAP transactions which are only in the forms of tile, or there is a total change in that?
No. There are a lot of changes. There are some predominantly some transactions are made available in the Fairy. That is not very great. But the embedded analytic part comes with a lot of new apps that they are called S4HANA apps. Right, we'll talk about that. So a lot of new additional tabs, apps are available. Your MRP, you can run transactional apps. Then you have the analytical apps, you have the fact sheet apps. There is a lot of changes in that. It is not just simple transaction which works on the web, no.
But basically, the logic for this apps will be done by the functional consultant.
No, that so the say 90% or 99% we use standard apps, or 10 to 15 apps. You may build it or you may enhance it. So there are thousands of the apps that they have given, which the reason is they use, as we talked yesterday, while building the app and OData service, various algorithms like machine learning algorithm or the algorithms, and they build it. If you want to build similar apps, it's a huge effort. So to answer your question, not many customized apps we use. We will use the standard apps. We should know the functionality and how to configure them, and what as a functional consultant is your role in that. There is a basis role, there is a technology role, and there is your role. We'll take up that in the theory.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Welcome. So anybody has any questions on this? So otherwise, I will run this part. Okay, so I will run this part. So real-time data is a mandatory one for the businesses now. So what happens if somebody asks a real-time? Normally, they ask a question, then you will go and find out the data, you run a report, you analyze and feed it. So this takes long time. Whereas real time, the moment you run, your data will be available for the reporting immediately. So this is a fundamental difference. That means you perform a transaction of the sale or a return, you can immediately know in your report. And many businesses are looking for such kind of data. So every industry, right, nowadays looks for the real-time data. You get alerts on your, forget about SAP, but everybody is real-time. You get OTPs, you get a crime prevention, everything has to be online. So real-time data, no processing. So that is what it is. If you see in many industries, auto industries are going for the self-drive cars, which is again real-time based. Energy, they go for now smart meters. I worked previously in one of the utilities company where smart meters are implemented. So smart meter data, not like previously, or even still we are in some parts of the places, where are many parts of the places in India where somebody goes and collects the meter reading. But in advanced countries, this data need not be coming and somebody need to come. So that data is directly available with the company, even in SAP. In the utilities module, you will get the data of your energy directly. So a lot of innovations are happening with the real-time data. Streaming of the data and analysis of the data. Why I'm just citing these things are social media. All these capabilities are now built in the S4HANA. That is what we are trying to say. S4HANA are either through IoT platforms, SAP is trying to build, or various features are available. I'm not saying that everything is there in your module. Capabilities are there with HANA and S4HANA. So spatial data can be represented, and so many things the business can do. So why businesses are implementing the S4HANA? For various purposes to improve the current businesses. This is from the Gartner. So this is one of the slides from the Gartner. Many companies are implementing, and another major driver in the near future would be, what is that? Your 2025 is a hard stop for all the companies to go on to the S4HANA. They don't support ECC anymore. So next couple of years, we'll see a boom for implementations, and for certified people. The sooner you get an understanding and capabilities, you'll be sort of. So that is where we are starting this. So these are all various factors. So what a consultant you have to do, you pick up the knowledge, you get the certification and do this. So that is what is the introduction to your basics. Any questions on this? What is the difference between the ECC, why I should be an S4HANA consultant, why I cannot continue forever on the ECC? Probably your doubts must have been clarified now. Yes or no? I cannot hear. Somebody is trying to talk, I think. Anju, are you trying to talk? Anju? I cannot hear. Hello? Dave, you have any question?
No, will
Stefan,
we
you have
have
any?
this PowerPoint presentation available for us?
I will share it. I will share that probably end
Okay,
of the class. End of the
sounds
class, we
good.
will definitely share all this information.
Sounds
So
good.
let's move on to the topic a little bit onto the practical. Then we will come back to the theory again. So what is the practical that we want to do it in the system? It is the business partner. So quickly understand the business partner concept and go into the system. So that is the plan now. Is it okay?
But we don't have a system available.
I will show it in the system and you'll get an access once the class is over and you can go into the system and practice. You don't have to practice as I do. I'll show it in the system. All right?
Do we get the recording of this session so that way
Absolutely.
we
Yes,
can
you will.
do it?
You will get. You will get the session. You will get the PPTs. We will walk through everything. Okay. Okay. So let us go and sorry. Cancel this. One second. Let me close the PPT and let me show the what is a business partner and what are we going to do for the business partner. So let us understand the business partner concept first. Then we will go into the. So this is a very old PPT. Purposefully, I have taken from the 2002 from the SAP. That means from the 2002 onwards, this concept is there, business partner. But it was not mandatory in the ACC, but it has become mandatory in the S4HANA. Right. So who is a business partner? That is a fundamental question. So business partner is a person who works in the SAP with a document. I'll come. So business partner can be a person, can be an organization, or can be a group. That means if you are selling your products to a customer, he is a person who is interacting. If he is a person, I think I'm hearing some disturbances. Anju, I'm putting on the mute. Right. So selling to the you may be selling to the you may be selling to the Walmart or you may be purchasing from the Walmart. So it can be an organization. It can be a person, it can be an organization, or it can be a group. It can be a group of industries like Reliance Industries or any other group, you know. So A business partner can be a person, organization, or a group. This is called category. So when you go into the BP transaction, you will see all the three tabs. So you can create either one of them. Internal screens doesn't change, right? So first thing is understand you have three types of the business partners. So business partner has a grouping. What the group controls? The group controls the number ranges, and it is also assigned to the various. So what type of business groups that you can have? You can create export customers as one group, import customers as maybe local customers as another group, dealers as another group, export vendors, import vendors. So various groups you will create in a real time as a number range, and each number range can be a different number range. So sold to party is a role, business partner is a role, payer is a role. These are the roles which we use it in the documents, right? I'll come there in the next slides with more details. So each one business partner, when we are creating, has its own data. That means there is a general data, there is a financial data. It is similar to the customer, similar to the vendor, similar to the partners that we create in the system, but it's a business partner. So the data is exchanged between the business partners. Business partner can be across company codes. Business partner can be across plants. So that is how. So a business partner can have multiple relationships. We'll create some relationships in the system, and we will also show those relationships to understand. My company can be a subsidiary to somebody. I may be a retailer to somebody. So these are all the relations. Two different business partners can be related. We'll create some relationships and show how they work. Relationship attributes can be a function department, and two business partners can be related. So business partner 1, business partner 2. And hierarchies have been removed from 1610 onwards. I'll tell why it has been removed and how do you work with the business partner hierarchies which are not there right now. So business partner hierarchy is not there. I can show the note from 1709 onwards, that feature is removed. So that is what is on the business partner. Any questions on the business partner concept before I go into the details? No?
What do you mean the customer hierarchy has been removed?
I'll tell customer. See, now you have a customer hierarchy in the ECC, right?
Yes.
That is there, but business partner hierarchy is not there. Business partner hierarchy was introduced initially in the 1610 version, but removed in the later versions. Okay. Still, you can create customer hierarchy. You can create vendor hierarchies. They will work.
Okay.
You can give the discounts.
Could you explain a little bit more about what is a business partner hierarchy? Because customer hierarchy, yes, it makes sense, but business partner hierarchy, I just kind of lost there.
Yeah, we will come there. When 1610 was introduced in the initial phases, right? They did not give. See, always business partner need not be the only a single customer, right? He can be a vendor, he can be a customer, he can be an employee also. Same business partner can be any one of the three types, or he can be all the three roles. So instead of putting the hierarchies there, they moved the hierarchies to a little low. I'll talk to you on that if you are really required, why they have removed little bit more details later. But all your functionalities exist. Don't worry about that. Your customer hierarchy exists. Your vendor hierarchy exists. You can create your customer hierarchies as on today that you are doing it in the ECC. Similar, it works. But initially, they thought they will work with the business partner hierarchies, which they felt it is not going to work or not redundant, and SAP has removed it through a note. I can provide the note to you. Means why I'm telling is, if somebody in an interview, if they ask or if they want to understand there is no business partner hierarchy. You can clearly tell, and you can always tell that customer hierarchy is there, vendor hierarchy is there, and what is the difference between the business partner and customer? I'm coming in the next screens, next sessions, next slides. There you will be more clear.
I was just trying to understand, because business partner, the way you have explained, or the way I've seen or I understood, is it's more like a placeholder wherein you can differentiate between what kind of role you're giving to that particular BP, either a sold to, ship to, bill to, or
Perfect,
payer.
perfect.
But
Absolutely.
where does even a business partner hierarchy come into the place? Because it's sitting on the top and it's got nothing to do. So that's where I was a little confused. So
That is why they have removed it. That's what I'm telling, right? So that's why they have removed it. So they don't really find a technological advantage by keeping the business partner hierarchy. And many people, the customers went back and said, give back our, this is all on the feedback. So they removed that, right?
okay,
So,
makes sense. So
uh,
I was thinking in the correct lines. That made me, that kind of
absolutely.
confused me.
Yeah, right. Okay, so let us understand how these business partners work a little bit more, and then I'll go into the system. So what I want to show you here is how do we configure, or what are the major points that we need to understand on the business partner. So business partner, if you see, I put it everything here. Business partner is anyone who on whom the transactions are created in SAP, right? Um, that means any document can be created through business partner. If there is no business partner, you cannot create a document. It doesn't mean that you will create a document with him. Business partner can be a customer, can be or anybody. On him, you will create a sale order. So this is a role basically. Business partner role is customer, sold to party, and you create a document on here. So you are creating document, which is a business partner doc, is role here. So sold to party is a customer role, delivery is a ship to role, billing is a bill to party role, and similarly, if you are creating a purchase order, it is on the vendor role. You are creating a pay slip, means it is an employee. So let us see the next slide will give you more details. Business partner has its own number, customer has its own number, vendor has its own number. All the three can be same, all the three can be different. I'll come in the next slides. So that means you need to create a business partner groups and numbers, and this is done in the business partner configuration. You need to create customer groups and customer numbers. This is done in the finance. This is there already. This is newly introduced in the S4HANA. So whenever you are implementing in your previous ECCs, your finance guy will give you customer account groups and you use them. There is a number range that you ask them. So they will give that number ranges. So that still remains similar to that vendors. So what does that mean is link is we have to link this business partner, customer and vendor. So these are different numbers, right? So we need to link them. Where do we link? We link that in the another configuration called CVI in the master data synchronization. I will tell where all the configuration resides. BP number and BP number ranges are done in the cross application components. Customer group and customer number is done in the finance. If you go to the finance, account receivables, customer accounts, master data preparation, it is done under the customer. We'll see all that. Don't worry, we'll create entire configuration. Vendor, you do the vendor here. So what options? So these are all the some of the screenshots that I put where you will go and where you will link. We'll come to this details later, but let us understand this table, which is very, very important. Very, very important. What is that? I have a business partner group. I have a business partner number range. I have a customer group. I have a customer number range. SAP says as much as possible, keep same number. That means business partner number, customer number should be the same. That means these two groups that you are creating and assigning I put it as a ZCH1. You have a business partner group and business partner number, customer group, account group, customer number. Keep the same as much as possible. But for various business applications, it is possible to have different numbers. I can keep the business partner as one number, like 1000. I can keep the customer finance, and these two cannot be different. Customer finance and means financial data and customer number is the same. So I can have a customer 2000. So where do I create my sale order? I use the 2000 number, not the 1000. This has to be very clear. Similarly, if I'm using internal external combination, I can have business partner internal and I can keep these two as an external. Means my customer can be external number. This can be internal or external and this can be external. Same applies with vendor. Yeah, now I'll take some questions and finally, this is what it matters. The document that you're creating. The document that you're creating is the role. Role is nothing but the account groups. You're creating them as roles. These roles are assigned to the BP grouping. I'll take into the system an example little later or as we complete. Then we will show the configuration part.
Why two means? I was under impression that business pattern means only one number will be created, which is whether it's a centrally will be created, and whether it's a vendor or a customer, it can be because sometimes what happens when we used to have a system where vendor was a customer or customer was vendor. So now how it will happen? Same way.
Yeah, it is the same way. You can have all the three numbers the same. I can have a
Okay.
customer, I can have a customer, I can have a vendor, and he even may be an employer also, employee also. An employee may
Okay.
be a customer and vendor also, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
all
yeah.
the roles can be created
Okay.
under the same BP.
So there will be business
Okay.
partner number. There will be a business partner number, say 1000, and below it will be
Yeah,
2000 as customer, 2000 as vendor, 2000 as employee. It can be there, right?
you can be there, or you can keep 1000 itself. 1000 itself as a business
Okay,
partner, 1000 as a customer, 1000 as a vendor also you can keep.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
All right. So all depends when you go and talk a workshop, right, with your business people. For certain, they will ask the same number. For certain, they will ask different number because let us say I have a range of customers who are in the export. They will say I need 4 series. And there are some customers who are doing the, let us say, from a particular North division, North USA or Southern USA. So by seeing the number itself, people would like to have the number ranges. So in such cases, you may create different number ranges. I'll show how to configure one or two types. Then you can practice all other combinations. It should work. All right. So what we'll do is, I think we have spent close to an hour. We'll take a small break of 10 minutes and then we will go into the business partner configuration. Hope that is okay to everybody.
It's good, good, good.
Yeah. So we'll take a small break because continuously talking is not easy.
Yeah.
I understand. Similarly, continuously listening is also not easy for you guys. So I fully understand. We'll take a small break and 10 minutes and we'll be back. Then we'll enjoy, uh, we'll take an existing document. What are all the backward configurations? And we'll start configuring the things such that you'll be very comfortable because this is the heart. Business partner as a consultant when you go is the most challenging area where hundreds of questions will be there. I want this relation, I want that relation to be created, I want this number range, I have already existing customer number ranges, how you would bring that, how do I, whether I should go for internal, whether I should go for external. This debate will go for a long time. You should be very thorough when you are answering and when you are directing your people. All right. Okay, so let us take a 10-minute break exactly, and we'll be back after 10 minutes. Thank you.
Guys, do you have any more questions? Zahir here. So this is the second session. So we offer you free of cost, and the coming session that I'm not going to share you any link, any meeting link, unless you have paid for continuous sessions. Okay.
Hello? Hello, Chandra?
Yes, he's going to join. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, okay. Thank
Okay, Chandra is going to join. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am back. Yeah, tell me, anybody has any question? I am back. Anybody has a question?
No, that's Abdullah were asking.
Hmm. What Abdullah was asking? I didn't hear. Hello?
Yeah, he was searching it. You can continue.
Okay, so I am back and let us start working in the system. So whatever we talked, we should be able to implement that, and we'll go through the steps. Then I can give the PPT, you can practice it. So,
Just Ravi here.
hey Ravi.
Quick thing. I was actually going through that PPT, the screen that you left, and do you mind giving us a business scenario or an example for each case where it is similar and we maintain multiple things? That kind of gives a little quality, because right now they all look the same, and I'm trying to justify in my head why we have to maintain such multiple scenarios, and I was completely blank.
I will tell that. Okay, let me clear that. Let us take two, three examples. So it all business driven requirements. First
Okay.
thing is SAP says that whenever you are doing a new implementation or in any win, keep everything same. Okay. But if your company is a 10-year-old company, and if your salespeople are very comfortable with existing sale order customer numbers, they say that why don't I keep my old numbers? And I would like to continue with my old numbers, even though it is not a best practice, whatever it is. So it depends. And let us say if you have two, three company codes in the same box, right? When you try to create a business partner for the different companies, it is a same sequence will be shared by the different company codes. They may not like it, the group. You understanding different scenarios now? So in such case, business partner number can be, group can be same, number ranges can be same. My customer
Mm-hmm.
number ranges for the each company code, I can keep the different number ranges.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay.
Or if you have a single company code and a greenfield implementation, it's fine. You can continue your business partner number, customer number, everything same. So again, depends upon the external number range you want to keep or internal number range. So it is practically business, how you are understanding, how the business people want their numbers to be configured. So that is it, I can see. So I have both cases where we went for one company code where they agree. We went absolutely business partner number can be the same, customer number can be same, vendor if they are created same. But other company did not say that whatever your business partner, I don't care. My old numbers should be appearing as it is, and my sales orders, my deliveries, my future invoices should be on the old number, because these numbers I have registered with some other areas and so many things. I don't want to change that. Right.
Okay.
So those are the various practical scenarios depending on which you will configure the options.
Okay.
All right. So let me go to the actual part in the 1809, and we'll take one by one configuration. Means one configuration on all scenarios, and we try to create a customer, we try to create a vendor. Probably customer creation itself will take today, and remaining scenarios are the similar steps. You guys can work on that. If you have any challenges, you let me know. We'll take up in the next class. First, let me try to each step I configure, and what is the effect of that in the document I will show. Let me see. Log into the system, get this access. Then once you log in, so I will go screen by screen. /OBP is my creation. So if you see here, the three categories which I told are appearing. BP is a person, BP can be organization, BP can be a group, right? I can create any one of them, right? So let me take the person. So I try to create a person. The first screen that appears is this. And first field that I have to do is the grouping. So these are the groups that will determine the number. Okay. Sometimes you may get 1,000 number, sometimes you may get a 7,000 number, or sometimes you may get a 70,000 number. It all depends on the group that you select here. So for that, I try to create one group and show it to you. So for this, the configuration, existing configuration would be /OSPRO. You come, the first starting point would be cross application components. Under this, we have to configure the business groups, business partner groups, and it's the member range. That is the first fundamental thing that we have to do. So where do we do that? We do that here. Under this, under the cross application components. So this is the business partner. Under this business partners, if I come to the business partner, basic settings, right? Under the basic settings, the number ranges. So this is the define number ranges and assign number ranges. So first I want to define a number range. Okay, click on this, go to the change, and I create a number range. Fundamental thing in the number ranges is there should not be a overlap. System will not allow you to create a overlap number range. So let me create one number range, okay, which is not overlapping to the existing one. So what I have to take, so Z3 is, these are some of the number ranges I have created previously. So the number ranges starts from, I'm picking up one and I am copying it, or I can insert a new line. So I will create a, give me a second, insert a line. So new line has come here. I'm creating a number range called ZK. Anything I can call it. So the number range should not be overlapping. That's what I told, right? So there is a number range from 1 to 1,000. And the next is continuing somewhere here. Let me try from 1,001 to 2,000, if that number range is free or not. So
It's already there, 03.
is there, right? Okay. Then we'll take from 2,000 or maybe, let us see, I'll take 5,000. Let me see. And otherwise I'll change that number range, 5,000 to 6,000 I'll take. Accordingly, we'll change. It is not there, so no problem. So the number range that I'm creating is called ZK, and it is free. The 5,000 to 6,000 is available. So I created a ZK number range. Let us write down somewhere what we are creating. So this screenshot I'm taking, I don't know. Okay, so I take the screenshot and I put it in the PPT. What we are creating. This is a number range. First, I'm creating ZK number range is created. I have to save that, of course. I have to save. It will say that number ranges are client is not specific, so it saved the number ranges. So once ZK is there, what I have to do? I have to create a group and assign that number range to this group. There is nothing like a special creation of the group separately. You create and assign in the same area. So the define group and assign number is in the one step. So click here, come down, and let us take one of the existing one. You can copy it or you can put a new line also. I have created ZCH1 or 2 sometime back. If that is available, let us see. No. Okay, I'll take new line. I create ZCH1. Okay, I call it as CH1. so that I can understand, I can easily identify internal, okay, CH internal, and the number range that I'm assigning is ZK, right? So ZK is the number range that I'm assigning, okay? So this is, to be more precise, it is between 5,000 to 1,000 to make our easily understanding, that's all. So normally you don't create like that. You will create it with a description, like it's an export customers, import customers, or US customers, depending upon how your business wants to treat these number differences, you will create that number range. How many groups will be there normally in a real-time implementation per company code? Maybe 3 to 4, depending upon 4 to 5. So that is the range maximum that you will go. So that is what we have created ZK, and we enter. So this is went into. So now I have to save this. So ZCH1, I'm taking the screenshot also, and I'm saving it. Right, it will ask for. So it's saved. So next thing that I've created is ZCH1 and ZK. Right. So let me paste this here. Where is the PPT? So this I pasted here. So this should appear the moment I configure. This should appear here, right? So what is the one that I've created? That should appear here. CH1 internal or something that I've created. Where is that? Let me refresh the screen. /NBP. What is that we have created? CH1 internal. I can create those. What is that? AB internal number range does not exist. My AB should be existing. /OB. That, then it will go. So this is saved. Let me take out this. AB internal number range. What is that? AB internal AB does not exist. Somebody might have removed that. Very good. /NSPRO. What is that error that is giving is? We are in 1809, right? Is anybody working parallel to me? No, right? Because it was working a couple of minutes before, unless somebody tried those things. Where is this? AB is there. AB is not here. Is it assigned somewhere? Yeah, somebody has created a number range and removed the number range. That is why it is giving me a trouble. So assign some other number range which works for that. /OBP. I mean, you don't face these problems in a real time. It is still not giving somewhere else that AB is affecting. Yeah. Here there is one more AB. All these ABs. Yeah. All these ABs. I don't know what number range AB was there. Somebody removed that number range. Let us create that number range AB. Then it may solve the problem. is there. I copy one number range and this is what we are creating now, right? 1 to 2000, nobody used it. I'll change this to, so copy or insert new line. I have to create AB and use the same number range and remove this.
You said AB, right?
I have to change it to the AB. Overlapping, so I have to remove this, delete this line and save it.
No, before you save, I think it got saved as B, not AB.
Okay, we'll change this. Edit. Is there edit? Insert line is there? No, I think. Give me a second. If that is the only the issue, then it may allow. Yeah. So anyway, we are not using that, but still these configurations will trouble you sometimes. So now what we are using is our own number range, which is called ZCH1. That should appear. What is the number range that we have created? Or what is the business group, that BP grouping is a ZCH1. ZCH1, CH1 internal. That is what it should appear somewhere here. CH1 internal. CH1 internal 5000 to 6000. So what did we do? We created a number range and we assigned that to a particular ZCH1 group. So that group is appearing here. So the first one is appearing here, right? So it doesn't help you anywhere because it can help you to the extent of creation of a business partner general role. It is not assigned to account assignment customer. It is not account assigned to the vendor. So you will not be able to create anything. Let me show that to you first. So, so there is no point in using this and creating now. So let us leave that. So now we have created this AP number range and assigned to a. So what else is required? We need a customer account group, and that customer account group need to be assigned to this, and it should have the same number range if I want to create the same number range. So ZK number range, I should be creating the same number range. Where do I create that? I go and create that in the finance. So where do I do that? I'll come back here. I'll close this. I'll take the financial accounting. Under the financial accounting, I'll come to the account receivable payables, customer accounts, master data, preparation of the master data, then define and assign somewhere here it should be. Account assignment, receivables, create number ranges. So I need to first create the number range. So what is the number range that I should create? It is the same number range that I want to create, 2000 to 3000. And it need not be ZK name, but number range should be available. So what I have to create? I create an insert line. I call it as a ZP to show it, but you can create ZK also, doesn't matter. So, and what is the number range that we have created? We have taken 5000 to 6000. If this number range is not overlapping, it will allow. Enter a number range without a overlap. So there is already a number range with this, with it is not allowing. So what is that? with 6,000 is here. Before that, there should be some number range which is up to 5,000, 6,000. Which is that? 9,000, 2,500. There may be some number range down below, which is 5,000. No, it allowed. Okay. ZP allowed 5,000 to 6,000 and save. No. So some other number ranges are having an issue. This is having a overlay. I mean, not ours. I will delete this. Let me see whether it is allowed. Okay, this is also having some number range issue. Let me delete this. Yes, one is also having somebody or some other number range is created covering all this. Let us not save this. Other things will get affected. Let us not save. No, and I'll create. Let us see this. Right now, is there any issue here? No. So ZB is there between 5,000 and 5,099, and I will remove this ZB, or I can use the same ZB. I'll remove and I'll create. So this is removed. I insert new line, which we call it as because we wanted the number ranges, right? Which is called either ZK or whatever. I want to create between 5,000 and 6,000. Now it is doing enter without. This is having some overlap, looks like, which is 1,002. There may be some number range here. 1,001. It is already there, went up to 65. This is the biggest trouble with this number ranges. Whoever is creating or deleting it.
Chandra, just a suggestion. I mean, I'm not sure,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
wherever the NR status has 0, can we delete all those just to make sure there is no overlap or keep it clean? Is that even possible?
Possible,
When
but these are all,
consumed.
some of them are, yeah, some of them are numbers are standard numbers. Let me try that. Yeah, we can do that. So I'm just seeing 1 to 1,000. If there is a 65, but yeah, I think that's possible. Let us take out this, take out this, take out this. Then all these things we have to remove. Z1, 21. Yeah, we can remove. Somebody wants to create, they can create.
So basically, the ones which are not consumed, we can always delete them. That's not an issue.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Good idea. So then it is all, nothing has been just they created and not used. I'm removing all that. But some of the other configurations will get affected. Then even though they have not used, they might have assigned this to somewhere else. You're understanding, right? So it gets affected. It gets affected that way. So for our work, it will solve, but we cannot do anything. Enter, still it says overlap. Where is the overlap? So where is the overlap? If I remove this also, is it saying? Yeah, now it is clean. Now enter a new line, which is called ZK, and so now why 5,000, 6,000 is where it is 1 to 1,000, then 10,000, 21. 2,000 to 2,500, 2,500 to 2,000, 6,000. So I think this is okay. I will change it to 5,999. Okay, that could have been 5. Okay, so that was the, so now we have created a new number range for the ZK for the customer, and this ZK should be assigned to the account group, right? Let us go, and these I think now it will give trouble because we have removed lot. These are all the things it will give, right? So let us see. So now I will use one of the account groups, which is a standard is Cust and Devi. Is there that? I can use anyone. Give me 1 second. Domestic customer, sales customer, one-time customer. Yeah, I'll use Devi. That is okay. So I'm assigning this with ZK. So now our existing account group DEBI, Devi is normally standard. We have assigned to the ZK. Okay, saved or not? Data is already saved. So this Debi and our ZCH1 should be linked, right? Where do I link that? I link that in the CVI. This is the another configuration which is important under the here. So I come back to the cross application components and I come to the master data synchronization. After the, so business partner configuration is for now, for this purpose is over. Under the master data synchronization, I come and I do the synchronization, customer vendor integration. Under the customer integration, vendor integration, business partner settings, under this setting for the customer integration, under this you will see the field assignments. Under the field assignment keys. So this is where you will assign, you are creating a BP and after that you are creating a customer. So this should be assigned. So where do we want, what is the group that we have created? ZCH. What it says number range. Okay, you remove this. This is okay. So what is our number range? So I'm copying it. The number range that we created is ZCH1, right? And we are assigning this to the Debi. And we are saying it should be the same number range, right? So we have done that. So once ZCH1 and Debi has a different number ranges. I thought we assigned the same number range. Is it the same thing that we created? ZCH1 and 5,000 to 6,000, right? We created.
Would that be a Jay, would that be an issue because for a ZCH1 we have 5,000 to 6,000. For Devi we have 5,000 to 5,999.
Yes, that's the issue. That's the issue. So we have to go back and set up that also. Make that number range to the 5,099, then only it will allow the same number range. Let's go back to that. Absolutely, you are fantastic. So you got it right. So let's go back. I forgot that we changed that one number. So let us go to this. Change back that to ZK. We have to change it to the 5999. Then it will be okay. Cross application components. Under that, business partner. Under that, business partner settings, number ranges and group. Here, if I change that to 599, it should be okay. Save and make that as the same number range. Back here. Under the CVI. Master data synchronization. Synchronization control. CVI. CVI. Business partner settings. Customer integration. Field settings. Assign keys. I'll give the entire PPT, but with all these steps, you don't have, and you will definitely use the recording as well. So define the DP to this. Now we come and I'm putting my 3CH1, which we just created, not even a single number into this. Then Debbie. Debbie is assigned, and I put a same number range, and I say okay. What it say? You remember why this error? Anybody guess? Hello? Hello? You guys are there? Hello?
Chandra, we can hear you.
Yeah. Why that error? Why that error? It's good that error has come. Why that error is when I am setting it, see how this number ranges happens, you understand. First, I am creating business partner. Then same number I am assigning to the customer.
Which one that you created was internal, and for the Debbie also internal. So one has to be internal and the other has to be external to be mapped.
Exactly. Why I am telling that? See, first I am creating business partner. I got a number. I'm
Correct.
taking this number and assigning it to the customer. That means it is an external assignment. So the customer number range, which I am creating later, should be defined as external. It cannot be left as an internal. So that I'll set it up now. So now, for now,
So you cannot map internal to internal, even though it is the
you
same
cannot.
business part.
It won't, right? So it cannot. See, once an internal number is created, it cannot consume the same number as an internal number. So it won't allow. So it will allow as far as assignment is concerned. If I don't put the same, it will create two different numbers.
Oh.
First, I'm assigning this number range here. This number range, if it is consumed, it or any other number range, it is consumed, it will not be the same, quite likely. So there is an error possibility. There may or may not be because of the various factors. But to be making it sure, we'll make it as the same such that it won't give an error. To that, the configuration must be, it should be external assignment in the first place itself. So first of all, I'm leaving now. I save this, but I go and make it as an external and then come back and make this as the same number. Give me a second.
Okay.
Once we do this, almost the number range is set up. Then we can go and create a business partner, then customer. So number range is copied. Now I saved, but to make sure that it will always be the same, I will go back to original place and then I will set it as an external and I'll come back and make this as the same. So I'll do that again. So this part, I come to the finance. Financial accounting. Under the financial accounting, we have to come to the account receivables, payables, then customer accounts, master data, then master data to preparation of the customer master. Same thing you would do for the vendor. So then account receivables, assign, create number ranges. Under the create number ranges, I go and do the ZK as an external. And I save it here. And I come back and set up that CVI. Under the business partner, master data synchronization, then you come to the customer vendor integration. Under the customer vendor integration, define and the direction. No, not sorry, this one. This one. I'll tell what is that meaning also. We go by step by step. So here ZCH1 is assigned to Debbie and this is the number range external. Okay, this is a lot of configuration, right? It looks very simple. I really made it. So now let us see. CH Chandra badge. So when I save, it should create me with a 5000 series. First business partner. Absolutely bingo. So now we go and see this in the business partner table /1. I'm making you comfortable with these tables because always it's good to cross verify these tables to make sure that our understanding is correct. BUT 000, it will be there and it should have a ZCH1 and coming here. Okay, business partner and 5000. So 5000 execute. It is created with a ZCH1 and the name will be of course the same. It is created as the 2, which is a sales organization, business partner, customer vendor. So in this one more important field, as I was telling, there is a GUID, business partner GUID. Remember, this will be used in the table CVA underscore link. When you want to link if they are different numbers, you can use that number. So come back. So let us come back. Now we have created my business partner first role, which is a general role. Now I go and create the next role, which is the finance role. Okay. So for creation of the finance role, I'll take the finance customer and I add some more fields. It will ask. It will ask for what is the country, what is the when I try to save, it will definitely ask. Is not put there. Why has not been changed? Should give me. Language is English. Address is incomplete. Yes, it is incomplete. It will ask for the postal code of city and postal code. I should fill up city, postal code. I put it as, let us say, 8001. I put it as Mumbai and country as IN. So with this minimum data, okay, it says that. So now I go and put the company code. So now you see the company code I'm using is 1710 and it will 1710 does not exist. 1710. I'll take for now this, okay, and it should ask me a recon account. Anyway, so now I'm saying the customer finance for this. Customer specific data not due to the CBA mapping 004 is not being saved. Let me take this. Customer. It should ask recon account, yes. When it asks recon account, that is correct. Okay, so now I am saving this with the finance data. Okay, required search term. It is mandatory here. Search term. Can you guys find where is the search term? Not every time we make this mandatory, depending upon. Give me a second. See, these roles are also, we have to create our own roles such that they will be proper. I will do that in the next class. So let us use the existing role. That is why it is giving some trouble. Let us use it. Slash NBP or slash OBP. We will use customer number. Okay, so we will We have created business partner. Now I'm trying to create the finance role. FI customer. So FI customer should ask some mandatory fields. See, now you see it is the same number it has taken because of our configuration. So it has created. So I save this and so finance customer is created. I will go and create the normal customer, which is a SD customer. Again, somebody copied the same thing, which is right. We don't know. We try to normally in a implementation, so many will not be there. So I will use the same here. You will have a limited number. So I created my customer now. If I see the partner functions, 5,000 is available and I can use this for the sales order. I'll just try to create a sale order. And if I am able to work up to the sale order, my business partner configuration is good. So VA01, I use OR and I use my 5,000. Right. So no pricing procedure could be defined. That is okay because I just go and set the pricing procedure here. The one, then it will automatically find the pricing procedure. So let me put up that pricing procedure. Is standard. I save it here. Okay. So okay. It found its pricing procedure. Remaining, since we have not filled up this in the master, it is asking. Otherwise, it is good to go. Our business partner is okay. Let me just complete this and I don't know which material that I have to use. So I won't go up to that now. I'll continue that what is the cycle in the next class, but I can save without a material. So it saved me order. So I display order. My business partner is perfect. So my business partner is good to go. Okay. So what did we do? We created a business partner, business partner member, then business partner group, assigned that to the customer master, customer account group. Then we did the CVI. We did the entire configuration with the one scenario. What is that one scenario? That all the numbers should be the same, which is most complicated, right? So that configuration we have done and we have seen, and we will continue with the next little bit more in the next class, maybe for 1 more hour or 2 more hours, depending upon how we feel comfortable and the business partner. So this is what we have covered. Internal number range, same. I assigned a DB and we have got up to this. So this I was able to complete based on your time. You should at least do this, or you should create a new number range, new group, and with a different number range, and you should complete one cycle after this. So that is what is the target for the next weekend when you guys meet. Any questions I'll take. Hello. Okay, I remove mute. I remove. Abdullah, you have a question? I cannot hear. Ravi, any question?
I'm good, Chandra. I'm good.
Okay, Sandeep.
Probably once we try it out in the system, it might help us out a little.
Correct.
So, Chandra, I have a question. Okay. This is more not for the setup. Okay. So in the classic ECC, if you're doing SNP integration, CRM integration, EWM integration, APO integration, okay, you have the same concept of business partners. Okay.
Correct.
And you do the same internal and external business partners. And I mean, it's almost the same, not exactly same, but the concept of how ECC ship tools or vendors get translated. Okay, now when you're in S4HANA,
Correct.
seems like you are working primarily in a business partner, even though they are separate account type and account groups. Okay, you know, they are either debitors or creditors, okay, depending on what purpose you are using. When
Correct.
you are creating a transactional data, like a sales order or a PO, is that all translating as a business partner at that point of time? And do you define that this business partner is like a ship to or a sold to, or how does that work? Miss, I see the concept of how you define a business partner, but how do you use it? That would be my question.
Business partner, we have created roles. First, we have created a finance role, and second, we have created a customer role. Customer role is the one with the business partners. As I was telling, this is what is the scenario. This is the number, business partner number, but this is the number that we created for the role. And this is what is going to be used in the sales document. If you see in this, it is not business partner number is 1000, but my customer is 2000. I have to use 2000, which is I created it a role. And if it is a ship to party, I have to use that ship to party number for my delivery if it is going to be different.
Okay.
All right. So this has no significance as far as the document is concerned. This number has no significance. And the role number is the important, whether it's a vendor role, supplier role, or payer role, or those role numbers are only the ones. And these are integrated, if they are different, are integrated under those two tables which I told, CVA underscore cust underscore link, CVA underscore vend underscore link. If they are different, in this case, 1000 is assigned to 2000 in the table. 1000 is assigned to ABC underscore 123. XYZ underscore 1000 is assigned to 3, because this is what is primarily we are using. But somewhere there should be a reference to a business partner in those tables, it will lie, but this is not useful for your transaction.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
All right. So any other questions that we have? Otherwise, we will stop it for today. And we'll come back on next weekend at the same time on Saturday morning for you guys. And we will continue with the business partner once more. And I will share the documentation of the business partner. This one, what I taught, and also what I have configured, what I have used. Predominantly, those systems might have been 1610 or wherever. Business partner as such did not change. You can try it in 1610, you can try it in 1709, or you can try it in 1809. Whichever you feel comfortable, you create your own business partner group, customer group. Customer groups, you generally use whatever is existing in the FI. Don't create my session, but you can create and use them. Customer and vendor
I'm
group.
good. Thank you.
Welcome.
We can create a customer in SAP S4Hana the next week, next weekend.
I have created and I'll continue with that. Next weekend, I'll take with a vendor because I have done for the customer. Now I will show it to the vendor. Same steps, right? We'll create a customer vendor group and supplier role. Then we'll create one more scenario, and then we'll move on to the other points like theory part and S4HANA, those concepts. Okay.
Okay, but could you give us the PPT documents?
Yes, I will give, and you should practice also. I'll show some of the documents which I have created for easy reference, where the configuration is available. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Don't save or save. So these things you will get it. How to create a BP standard business partner. I mean, step by step. I'll show it here, this PPT. So this will tell you what is the, I'll share this PPT.
Okay.
One second. Why I'm not seeing the PPT mode? It's very slow. Okay, anyway, BP creation here, it says what is to be entered, select a group, then comes what are all the important tables. So how to create this, right, step by step. This is one, and then there is one more, I think more with the different numbers. This also you can use. Yeah, this is more elaborate. So this one shows step by step. First, what are all the important things? Once you create on the this one, you have to select this. What is the importance of this field? What is the importance? You can limit the validity. You can check all these things. Then once you do this, then this is the role. Then it will come to here. You switch between how to go into the change, the business partner created. Then you can go into this table and see. Then these are all the important fields in this. Then this is what I told GUID number, which is again very important. Then come back and select the customer finance role. Then once you correct it, in this case, I have shown where this is different. I have not put this configuration for the same purpose because I wanted to tell this number is useless for creating a document. I have to use this document only. If I create this as the same as the first step, you will not understand whether I'm using this number or this number. So I come back. So I assigned for my business partner. I'm not assigning to the customer. I'm assigning to my business partner. Automatically, they will be translated into that. So you see, this is the number which I'm using it for my sale order. So when I'm creating, I'm using this in the sale order, right? So this is what I created end-to-end cycle, sales order, delivery, invoice in this particular case. Right. So what is the configuration that is required for this? I put it somewhere here in the creation of a VP creation business partner ERP standard. I think I have the configuration document also. I'll share. So try these things and then you will be able to. So basically 4 steps. You have to create a business partner group, business partner number, customer group, customer number. Assign these two, then you are predominantly major portion of the configuration is over. I'll share that document also. Okay. Practice it and we'll go slow. Next time also, if we want to spend, we'll spend most of the time in the Saturday on the business partner itself. Then when we are comfortable, we'll move to other topics from the next Sunday onwards because this is important. Okay. No, I think Hussein is. I am not able to unmute you. You can type your question. I'm not able to unmute you. You have to unmute yourself, I think, if anybody has a question. Okay. Any questions, anybody? They can raise the hand. You are raising the hand. I'm not able to. Cannot take control, it says. Okay. Okay, let's meet next week. Thank you very much. We'll meet at the same time. I'll wait for a couple. Yes, Sandeep, you have a question? Stephen?
No, I don't have a question, but thank you very much.
Okay, welcome. We'll meet next week. Stephen, you have any question? Tiffany Valentine. Okay, I'm closing that. Thank you very much. You can drop off.
Yusuf, do you have any more questions? The home, his name is Yusuf. Oh, I don't know.
Yusuf, but I'm not able to unmute him. I don't know why. If you can
No,
unmute you,
no, I have tried. It's not unable. Yeah, it's
maybe
from
from
his
his
side.
side.
I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Ravi has a question. It looks like I'll unmute Ravi. Ravi, you tell me.
No question, Chandra. Just thank you.
Okay, welcome. Okay, we'll meet. Bye. Good night. For me, it's good night, and for you guys, it's a remaining weekend. Bye.
Bye.
Bye bye.